permission.
That's right.
Yeah, don't look at
Getting
me.
my stuff. Gotta get my bags ready for my trip that's coming up. And also, I'm getting ready for the event in October.
Okay, I get that for your trips and talk about. What about October? What that got to do with your trip?
Baggage, unpacking, emotional baggage, bags. Need bags for that.
So, are you taking your emotional baggage with you and your bags in
My
your bags?
emotional baggage goes everywhere with me. Don't your emotional baggage go with you everywhere? I mean, come on, think about it. How do you leave your emotions out?
You know what? That's a good point.
So, but I do need to unpack some of them. Some of them don't need to go with me everywhere I go. Some of them it's time to unpack.
And you know what? I think you did that on purpose just so I can stop watching this game. I think that's what you did.
I mean, we do need to get ready for the meeting that we're going to have with the panel to talk about what we're
True.
going to,
True.
how we're going to present at the event.
Okay.
So why not get our bags out? That'll give us some motivation, inspiration on how we need to present unpacking emotional baggage.
So I tell you what, let's do this. Let me go ahead and shut this down before it get good. And let's talk about it. Let's chop it up.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
I can do that. I can do that. Let me go get my laptop and stuff. So I can take some notes.
Mercy's gonna be here for a while.
I thought that would work.
Set up. That was a set up. But it's all good.
That's right.
So I had some ideas about that, and I like the idea of airport and baggage. And from the perspective of when you talk about emotional baggage, sometimes when you go to the airport and they say, "Well, it's too much weight."
Yes.
It's so sometimes it's too heavy, got too much.
Absolutely.
And then sometimes you got your carry on, and once you go through the metal detectors, they say, "Okay, this can't come through here."
Right.
So there's sometimes things are too much, and then some things aren't too much, but they stick with you.
And they're not allowed.
And they shouldn't They shouldn't go with you to your next destination.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a good idea, huh?
That's why I pulled out the luggage.
Okay,
When
gotcha.
you think about your luggage, you got two different pieces of luggage. I got my carry-on there, and I got my check-in luggage. See, my check-in luggage going to contain everything that I can't carry on.
Yeah.
And my carry-on luggage is everything that I need to carry on.
But the carry on, you better have the right stuff in there, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to get to your destination because it's not allowed.
Absolutely.
The funny thing about that too is certain things in our emotion that keeps us from reaching our destination.
Yes.
And we can sure correlate that with travel, getting on a plane, going to another destination.
Right.
And you really need somebody in your life to kind of help you check that,
That's
if you
right.
will. Keep you accountable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You do. You need help with unpacking that baggage because so often we carry on that emotional baggage. I mean, we first get that emotional baggage when we're a child, in our childhood. During our childhood, we start collecting it. And we don't even understand that we're collecting it.
Right.
And then as we continue to grow and move on about our lives and things like that, every encounter, every relationship that we are engaged in, we pick up even more emotional baggage. And some of it is good, and some of it is not so good.
Right.
Everything doesn't need to go with us, but we tend to carry it with us. And it, like you said, it becomes a heavy load.
Yeah.
For instance, when we had that incident the other night when we were talking, we had a meeting and I had interrupted you and you didn't like the way that I interrupted you. So you displayed your emotions to me.
Right.
And when you displayed your emotions, it triggered something in me. And I was like, okay, why did he say that? Why did he feel that way? That's not what I was implying. And that evening, we went on to bed and it was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
We didn't have intense fellowship, but it was a little quiet.
Right.
The temperature changed in our atmosphere.
Absolutely.
The next morning, I asked you, were you okay and everything like that? And you said you were, but I wasn't. So I brought it back up
Right.
and asked you, were you still, upset about what I said? because that's how your you said that you weren't, but your actions display something else. To me, that was a sign of carrying on some emotional baggage that really should have been checked.
That's good. I like that. And I think that's something that we really need to address in the event. I think keeping things relatable, being genuine with folks, but also sharing from a transparent perspective some of the things that we deal with, some of
Absolutely.
the things, our shortfalls as it uh, pertain to our relationship, and even getting to the root, because you and I have talked about this before when we're talking about emotional baggage. Where did this stem from? What's the root of this?
Absolutely.
And from our dialogue, from our conversations over time, we come to find out that it started in our childhood,
That's right.
those influences in our childhood. So getting to the root of and identifying these things where they come from can help us to get through these, to get these bags out of some of this stuff out of our bags, to be able to be more productive and get to the destination that God has for us, right?
Good point. And since you said something about destination,
You,
you kind of delaying me from getting to
my
my
bad.
destination. But I appreciate this conversation. They gave me a lot to think about, a lot to put together for our next meeting before we meet with the panel. Oh, this event is going to be awesome. I can't wait. So I'm getting ready to take my bags upstairs and I'm getting ready to pack for my trip now.
I'm going to turn my game back on. Thank you.